Hi everyone and welcome to lesson 4 of week 9. Now today we are looking at building a 3D shape model. So we're doing a bit of craft today, so I really hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Before we get started, let's look at our maths warm-up activities. Now you can use a whiteboard and a marker or a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, so what you need to do here is write your own subtraction problem using the number 9. So you can do this in any way. You may like it to equal 9, or you may like to use 9 at the beginning or in the middle. So write that on a piece of paper and then take a look at the ones that I came up with. So these are the ones that I came up with. I have 10. Take away 1 equals 9. I also have 14 take away 5 equals 9. So you could work that out with me. Let's put 14 in our heads, and remember we're going backwards because we're taking away. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So there's my 5. I've taken away 5 from 14 and I'm left with 9. I can't wait to see which ones you came up with. So here, boys and girls, we need to put the stars into 3 equal groups. Now let's just count how many stars we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I have 3 groups and I've got 6 stars, how many stars are going into each group to make sure that they are equal? They need to be the same amount. So you might like to draw a picture to help you solve this. You could start with 6. You could then make your 3 groups, and then you can put your stars into each group until you don't have any left. So how many stars are in each group? And remember, there are going to be 3 groups. So let's take a look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. And I'm just going to group them the way that I see them. It's almost like subitizing. So I can see that there could be a group here. 1, 2, 3. Now I have my 3 groups, and in each group I have 2 stars. So 3 groups of 2 equals 6, and that's what we started with. Well done. Okay, so what we're going to do now is play a 3D shape match game. So thumbs up or thumbs down. So you can just do this while you're looking at this video. So thumbs up or thumbs down, and tell me if the 3D shapes match the real life objects. Do they match? We've got a cube and a Rubik's Cube. They sure do. Well done. Thumbs up. Do they match? We have a cone, because I know it's a cone because it's got the circle down the bottom, and then we have this pyramid. Do they match? No, they do not match. It's a cone. They kind of look similar, but our cone has a circle on the bottom. Do they match? We have a cylinder and then a can of drink. Show me your thumbs. Great job. They do match. Do they match? A sphere and a ball. Show me your thumbs. Thumbs up. They do match. Well done. Do they match? We've got a triangular prism and a juice. Do they look the same? No, thumbs down. They do not match. They are not the same. Well, what about these two? We have a pyramid and a cone. Do they look the same? No, thumbs down. They are not the same. Okay, well done everyone. Let's look at our learning intention and success criteria for today. Now we are learning to make and describe models using a variety of 3D objects. Our success criteria is that I can verbally express my reasoning of how I constructed my model. So that means once you've made your model, you can then explain how you did it. You can explain what you used to make it. Now, we are using 3D shapes, so they could be cubes or rectangular prisms, cylinders. Where did you use them and why? So before we get started, let's look at our 3D shapes poem. Now let's read it together. We're going to revise it. 3D shapes are fat, not flat. A cone is like a party hat. A sphere is like a bouncing ball. A prism is like a building tool. A cylinder is like a can of pop. A cube is like a dice you drop. 3D shapes are here and there. 3D shapes are everywhere. So today we are going to create a 3D shaped monster. Now you will need a collection of 3D objects from your home to create your monster. You can follow our instructions on how to create a simple monster, or you can create your own. So you might like to do the same monster that I did, or you can use different 3D objects and create something that you would like to. But let's take a look at what I have. Now, step 1 is collect various 3D objects from around your home. Think about what you could use for a head, a body, arms and legs. Now here you can see that I have got 4 toilet paper rolls and I have this crackers box, which is a rectangular prism. Step 2, cut 2 holes into the side of your box. These will be for the arms. Now you can see here that this already had a hole cut into it, and on the other side I tried to do the same thing. Now you might need a parent to help you cut if you're cutting into a box, because sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. Step 3, put your toilet paper rolls through the holes in the side of the box. So here you can see that I've just placed one here and another one here, and these are going to be my arms. You don't need to glue them or tape them because they should just fit inside the hole. Step 4, cut into the bottom of 2 toilet paper rolls. These will be the legs. This will help you when sticking the legs onto the box. Now what I've done is I've got a pair of scissors and I've just cut little slits in the bottom of the toilet paper rolls. And then I've just folded them because I was thinking if I'm going to sticky tape this onto my body, onto my crackers box, it might be a little bit hard to stick. But this way I have these flat surfaces which will help me. Step 5, sticky tape the legs to the bottom of the box. Now you can see that I've got my body, I've got my arms, and I've got my 2 legs. Step 6, on a piece of paper, draw eyes and a mouth for your monster. Tape the face to the front of the box. So boys and girls, on a piece of paper, I've just drawn my eyes and a mouth, and I've put a little bit of colour on there. I put some different shapes as well, and then I've just taped it to my box. So now it brings my monster all together. Now, an alternative option is if you do not have many materials at home, you might like to make this simple monster. You will need a toilet roll, paper, and pencils. First, draw the face onto the roll. Second, draw a rectangle on a piece of paper and cut it out. Glue this to the back of the toilet roll. So here you can see I've done my rectangle. These are going to be the arms. Third, draw a triangle on a piece of paper and cut it out. Glue this to the top of the toilet roll. And I did this just to give it a hat. So you might like to make a mini monster as well, or you might like to make both. Now look at my monsters here. let's take a look at what 3D shapes we used. We used a rectangular prism and a cylinder. So here are my cylinders are my toilet paper rolls, and then my rectangular prism was my crackers box that I used. We also used 2D shapes, and we used a triangle and a rectangle. And I used those on pieces of paper. I drew them up and then I put them onto my monster. Now, if you didn't make the same monster as me, what did you use? You can let me know in our next Zoom, or you could write these on a piece of paper and put them into your completed work document. Okay, so before we finish up, boys and girls, let's just take a look at our learning intention, and that was that we were learning to make and describe models using a variety of 3D objects. And our success criteria was that I can verbally express my reasoning of how I constructed my model. So that means that after you finished making your monster, you were able to say which 3D objects you used and why did you use them. For example, I used 4 cylinders to represent my arms and my legs. And they look like arms and legs, don't they? I also used a rectangular prism, which was my crackers box, for the body. And I did this because it's long and tall. Well, now, boys and girls, Mrs. James and I can't wait to see your 3D shape monsters. Please post a photo onto your completed documents for us to see. Have fun creating, and I'll see you next time.